Hey y'all, I know it's been a minute since y'all seen me, but I promise I'm coming back. I've just been taking care of some things in the midst of a pandemic, like all of us. And I just wanted to stop by for a second and do a quick demonstration tutorial, the more you know thing on packing your artwork. And this video is going to be for anybody who is really just starting out, and also anybody who, like, you could be an established artist and you really just have never grasped the concept of shipping your work, or no one's ever taught you how to ship your work. Because I know I learned, you know not really early on in my career. I learned a little late, but I'm here to show y'all for the free. So what you're gonna need, I'm trying to find a good way to put this camera, but what you're gonna need is, of course, your artwork. So I'm shipping this family portrait, and it's a 18 by 24, just so you can grasp the scale of work. You're gonna need bubble wrap, lots of bubble wrap. You can get one of these rolls for like maybe $4 at Walmart. You're gonna need some packing tape. I got this from the U.S. Postal Office. You can get it from Staples. You can get it from Office Depot. Any store that will sell packing merchandise. UPS, FedEx. And normally those places will pack your stuff for you, but they tend to not be as professional when it comes to the artwork. They don't care about it the way that we care about it. So it's just better to pack your own stuff, and then that way, if it gets damaged, it's really on them. It's not really, it's not on you. You're also gonna need this here. This is a long sheet of cardboard. It's really thin. Let me show you. It's really thin, so you can see it. It's like about, I don't know, like a point, like an eighth, maybe an inch. Like, it's really, really thin. But the way you get these, you can once again go to a packing supply store, or if you're like me and you order papers. Anytime you order paper, normally from an art supply store, they will ship your paper in about, in between two of these sheets. And so you always want to keep cardboard with you on hand, because it makes it easier for packing, and so that you already have the supplies you need when it comes to packing. So, some artists are really serious pack rats, and I'm no different. So I have like a garage type of shelf in this studio where I keep all of my cardboard, all of my packing materials at the very top. And so you just want to keep those so you can establish a shipping factory, in a sense. So the reason I'm using this is because you want to make sure you have something sturdy underneath of your work, especially something like canvas, where it doesn't have its own, I wrote on the back, it doesn't have its own, sturdy backing. So if I push against this, there's a hole coming through this. So you want to make sure you have something in place that this can sit on and lock down on. So I'm going to try to give y'all a better look of this somehow. Okay, so I made a boo-boo, and I basically was filming without actually hitting the red dot that says film. So this part that I wanted to show you all, I'm going to do again, because I already used the backing and I cut it with an X-Acto knife to get the size of my canvas. So I'm going to show you again, but just so you know what it looks like, and then you'll get an idea once you look again at the canvas. So I cut my sheet or piece of cardboard out of this to fit the same size as my canvas. And if you're a visual learner like me, I'm sorry that I didn't record that, but this is the only piece I have for now, so I might do it with like a small canvas. So what I did was, actually I'll take this and show you. I don't want to waste too much, but basically you want to outline your canvas, cut the same shape as your canvas. So with the cardboard, I put my canvas down and I cut around it with the X-Acto knife. So got that. that. And this piece is not big enough, but to get the idea of it. And once I carve that out, this is what we got, okay? So, if you're not with me, definitely comment below, and I can do another video like this, but when I get more cardboard. So, we have this, same size as my canvas, and the reason we have this is because you want something sturdy for your canvas to sit on top of. You know, so if something happens, it has something to fall back on. Normally, what I was talking about, I can't believe I didn't record this. Normally, if I have glass, and if you want to see another type of artwork being packaged, then definitely let me know in the comments. But normally with glass, I will put another same size piece of cardboard on top of it, and that will help, like, you know, help the glass have something to rest against. You can usually put bubble wrap, so I'm gonna try to explain the layers best I can, but you'll see it better when I start packaging the canvas. So what you need bubble wrap, you need an X-Acto knife, you need scissors to cut your bubble wrap if you don't like just straight up ripping it, and you need packing tape and your cardboard and your artwork. So already we have the cardboard on the back and the artwork on top. And so what I was talking about with the glass pictures or frames or anything like that, I normally will do, like cardboard. The bubble wrap is all the way around the piece, but I put the cardboard on top of the glass. So cardboard on top glass, bubble wrap the whole thing, cardboard behind the frame and glass, and then you bubble wrap again. So that's how I pack my things. And then sometimes the scraps of cardboard I will put on the ends of it before I bubble wrap it, so that, you know, if it bumps into something, it's not gonna be as much impact and it won't break as easily as it would if I didn't have any of those in place. So I'm gonna show you this now. This is the cardboard we have. So now we're gonna start bubble wrapping. And the way I do it is you lay your bubble wrap down. Lay your bubble wrap down. And honestly, it's best to have way more than you need than not have anything at all, because you never know when you want to ship something. And like I said before, I kind of keep everything together, and these you can get anytime you order paper or anything that's like laying flat, mainly paper. Stores typically tend to put it between two long pieces of cardboard, and so I just keep all of that because I know I'm gonna need it for something. So I lay my bubble wrap down, then I'm gonna lay my canvas along with my backing. I'm calling it my backing board, so we're gonna call it backing board. I'm gonna lay that down over top of this. Okay, what you want to do is start folding it over like this. And this is another reason why it's great to have another piece on top, because you don't want to put the actual tape on top of your canvas. So I'm actually going to do that so it has something to lay on. So what I'm gonna do is, this is the scrap cardboard, because I don't have another big piece. I haven't ordered paper in a while, but you can use this small piece if you have extra. And if you don't want to put the piece on top, you can still tape this. You could still like put your bubble wrap on top, but I would recommend letting it overlap and then taping the bubble wrap to the bubble wrap, if that makes sense. Don't tape it on the actual canvas itself, because you don't want to ruin your piece. So I'm folding it over, and so now I have that base for my, you know, bubble wrap to touch. And I'm gonna start taping it. So there we go. So you want to tape some, and this can go over top. What I do is I tape the corners first, and I'll show you better once I take the corners. Alright, so I'm going to take this other corner. You want to make sure it's tight, but not too tight to the point where, you know, it won't be. You want to make sure it can't move around, but you don't want to make sure it's like air sealed type of tight where it doesn't have room to give if it needs to. If that makes sense. Okay. Okay, so now you see we did the edges taped, edges taped, edges taped. So whoops. Your edges are taped. So now it's like a Christmas present. You're gonna fold it over. I normally will tuck. See how I'm like tucking this bubble wrap in. You know, you wanna, or fold this down too. Sorry, hold on. We're gonna bend this part so that it folds down. So I'm cutting, you can see, I'm cutting right along the edge. Don't cut the canvas. Right along the edge so that this folds down and protects the edges of the canvas. I'm gonna fold that. So you cut, but don't cut all the way through so that it bends down. And then you can run this over like this. So now it's got like a nice little boxy type of thing it already started creating for itself. And you fold your bubble wrap over top of this. And then you want to do the same thing for the other side. So now I'm going to cut my bubble wrap. I'm cutting it. You can't see, I'm cutting it. Cutting it. Okay? Cutting my bubble wrap. Sorry, you can't really see. Okay. But I'm always packing artwork, so I'll make another video if this one is not good enough for you. Okay. I just lost my blade somewhere. Okay, so we're gonna cut the edge again. The same way we did before, where we don't cut all the way, cut the edges, and so they come down and fold over this thing. Fold them over. So the same thing we did before, and fold this over. This part we want to make sure it is nice and tight. So I'm going to show you this edge. See how it's folded over like that, the cardboard? Alright. Fold that down. That's good. That's perfect. So now what you're going to do is make sure all of this is pulled tight. All of it's pulled tight, pulled tight. This is the bubble wrap from the other side. So you want to make sure that side is pulled tight. And you want to tuck and pull is the move. And your other side, you want to tuck and pull so it looks like this too. And pull. And so the extra, we're not going to take this part yet because you still want to do the sides. So this is the side of my canvas. You want to, let me just show you how it looks right now. This is how it looks. You remember we take the sides, and then this is the other sides of the canvas. So when we take the top sides, and then this is the sides, if that makes sense. So once again, this is the top of the canvas where we were at. This is the back of the canvas. This is the back of the canvas. So I'm pulling the extra bubble wrap around the back of this canvas, and I'm taping that down now. So we're going to tape that down now. I'm going to pull it tight. Pull it tight. Pull it tight. Yep. Okay. Alright. And you want to do the same thing for the other side. And your extra bubble wrap, you want to pull around to this back side. And then you want to tape it. It's a lot of taping, ladies and gentlemen. But it's worth it. Tape. Tape. Okay. Alright, so we're back to the front of it. And you see how that pulled that together nicely? It's not like rough looking anymore. So it's like, it's kind of like packing a Christmas present if you know how to do that. This is the front of the canvas. Once again, you can kind of see it in the front. You see the part that I overlaid just so you can tape that. These are the sides that we taped. This is the front of it. So we haven't actually taped this part down or this extra part over. This is just the parts that we taped, and then we just pulled it around to the back and taped this part. So, and you see this helps for if it, you know, randomly lands and hits things, you know. And then now we're going to tape up the front of it. So I'm probably going to add some more, but this extra part you can tuck under here, underneath the bubble wrap part. Tuck under, and you can choose to tape it or you can just fold this over. So you want to tape this part down. You can do an extra layer of bubble wrap too. Sometimes I do between 1 and 2, but when I'm working with a canvas, I normally will just do 1 layer of bubble wrap. You can do a second layer of bubble wrap to protect it even more. I only do that with glass things. So I'm going to pull that over. So you're pulling this, see? You're pulling this over, pulling this over. This is all the front. Okay? And you want to tape. So tape it right here. I would recommend taping these sides down first. Tape it like this. Tape. So now we just tape the sides of the front. I'm going to take the other sides. Really, the point of all of this is to make sure it has as much protection as possible. Because, you know, they are sometimes really rough with our artwork, you know. People are rough with artwork in general, especially if they're not artists. So, no offense to them, but, you know, you wouldn't want a surgeon to be rough with your heart. So, don't be rough with my artwork. Now, I can put another layer just to show you all what it will look like. But this is your finished product of a canvas fully wrapped. There you go. There you go, there you go, there you go. Nice little present. And if yours doesn't look like this, it is okay. As long as you feel like it is protected and wrapped and safe, as long as there are no parts of your artworks protruding out or sticking out, as long as your artwork is covered in bubble wrap, it is normally fine. Just pick a trusted mail shipper. Disclaimer, don't listen to me completely when it comes to that, because I'm not responsible if your artwork gets damaged. I'm just showing you how I package things, and it has worked for me. I've shipped to Michigan, I've shipped to Pennsylvania, I've shipped to California. It works for me. It really works. So I don't have a big enough box for this canvas, so I'm gonna ship with FedEx today, and they'll have a big box to stick all of this in. So I probably will put like extra bubble wrap in the box just to be safe. But this is how I package things. I might put like a little note to the person who commissioned it, like, thank you for trusting me with your vision, XYZ. You know, definitely if y'all have any ideas for packaging or how I can do things better, definitely leave that in the comments. Or if you did learn something, tell me what you learned about. A quick little note, which I forgot to mention, I normally will keep these little packing labels. You know, this one says handle with care, do not bend. And this is just to give the people taking care of our work a little extra, you know, gesture to take care of things. And I normally will put these on the actual work. This is going to go into another box though. So, you know, I'll put like little stickers maybe on the front and back just so they know. But this is going to go into a much larger box. So I forgot to mention that if you haven't followed, definitely once you pack it like this, you want to put it in another layer of protection, which would be the extra box. So put all of this packing into one bigger box, or create your own box the same way I was showing you how to bend the cardboard around it, but make sure it's securely in there, something that won't fall out. But these stickers you can get on Amazon. I'll try to leave all the links to everything that I used in the description below. So just let me know if this was helpful for you.